Well, folks, now that Donald Trump is officially out of office and he's no longer going to be giving any speeches, rallies, or press conferences as the President of the United States, the Washington Post was finally able to cap off the total number of lies that this man told throughout his entire administration, 4 years. And the grand total is 30,573 lies. 30,573 lies. Now, the Washington Post says that this includes, falsehoods, misleading statements, exaggerations. Stop it. They're all lies, one way or another. When he knows what the truth is, but he tells you something that's different than that, that's a lie. Oh, misstatement. Oh, he misspoke. Oh, no, it's just an exaggeration. It's a freaking lie. Can we all get on the same page on what the definition of a lie is? Good God, it's insane. So anyway, 30,573 lies over 4 years. And in that same time period, he was president for 35,064 hours, which means there was roughly only 4,500 hours during his entire administration where he didn't tell a lie. And I'm assuming those were hours when he was sleeping, because I don't think the Washington Post had anybody at his bedside to see if he was lying in his sleep. If he did, or if they did, I imagine that number would be much higher. But guy basically told a lie per hour throughout his entire administration. That is what he averaged, one lie per hour. Can we as a people agree to just not do this again? Like, can we finally educate ourselves enough to realize a charlatan and a con man when we see one? I mean, this is ridiculous. Look, if you still support this man, if you still think that lying 30,000 times over the span of 4 years isn't a big deal, yeah, then you really need to get your head checked. Because you're the problem at that point, not him, you. That's what pisses me off the most about this. Yes, I've repeatedly said, look, I'm down here in the South, right? All my Facebook friends, old buddies from high school and college that also went to school down here. I went to school with them, obviously. They're almost in tears yesterday. I can't believe this evil has, befallen our country now with Biden in charge. My next door neighbor posting crazy conspiracies on his Facebook page. Like, I'm surrounded by this every day, folks, and this is why it pisses me off. Unfortunately, I don't get to live in one of those wonderful liberal cities where you only laugh about this stuff online. I see this stuff anytime I walk outside my front door. If I go in my backyard, you know what my neighbor behind me has up? A giant Trump flag. I'm literally surrounded by this, and that's how it is for those of us, progressives down here in the South. We're outnumbered. And at times, a little terrifying, be honest. And that's why it drives me so crazy. Because you see stories like this. 30,573 lies over 4 years, and these idiots don't care. Or, even worse, they say, no, you're wrong. It's the Washington Post that is lying 30,000 times. They probably lied 40,000 times. So there. Cool, what's your proof? Because they've laid out every single one of these lies for you to fact check. I don't need proof. They're media. They lie. And that's how those conversations go. You can't argue logic with somebody that ignorant. And there it is. We have to fix the ignorance problem in this country, or else we're going to be looking at something far worse than Donald Trump in 2024.